So I have taken the vent mechanism out of the trailer, and one of the considerations we've been making is replacing this with something like a Max Aire fan or something of that sort. And yes, that could be done. It means cutting a larger hole in the roof of the trailer. I'm always a little nervous about cutting stuff away, and I thought, well, before going that route, let me try something. I saw another user online somewhere just installed some computer fans inside a roof vent, and I thought, well, how about doing that? Now these operate at both 5 volt and 12 volt. They're 12 volt fans, but if you send 5 volts to them, they run at a lower speed, and of course they are practically silent. You can't even hear them run. And at 12 volt, yeah, they run faster and you can hear them, but they do move, the 4 fans together, move a significant amount of air. I don't know what the CFM is, but, you know, we're looking at a small trailer and this is stuff I had lying around, so how bad can it be? So the challenge now is, what do you do to keep the bugs, like there was no screen on this to begin with. There should have been a screen, but there wasn't, so I want to put a screen back on. And do we put the screen on the underside or the top side? And our theory is, let's put the screen on the top side to prevent leaves and so on from falling in and clogging up the fans. So the screen will keep everything off the top, and when the fans come on, it'll just blow it away. But now I need a mechanism to hold these fans in place. So I'm going to craft a little piece out of cardboard to get a feel for what that's going to be, and then we'll make something out of another material. So this is the concept. Put a piece of screen over the top of this, and then lay down a little bezel that gets screwed in. 4 fans get screwed into 4 holes. Put 3 screws, 1, 2, 3, 3 screws down each side into this metal frame, and that will hold the fans and the screen in place. Now I'm going to be making this little bezel out of a piece of plexiglass that I have. This is 1/8 inch thick, which I believe should be sufficiently strong. If it isn't, I'll move up to make another one out of 3/16, but I had this piece of 1/8 inch lying around, so I thought, let's use it. And powering these fans is just going to be a computer power supply. And I have brought out some lines here on little terminal plugs. So 12 volt, 5 volt, 3.3 ground, -5, -12, which I can use now to power other devices within the bowler itself. So for example, I can use these 5 volt and 3.3 volt pins to power USB devices for recharging. So it'd be kind of nice just to have this power supply available and usable within the trailer. So that's going to be the plan. So I'll take this template now, put it onto the, mark it out on our plexiglass and cut it out on that. I have marked the holes on this piece. It's completely covered in tape, of course. And I've drilled a pilot hole, and I'm going to use this hole saw, 3-inch hole saw, try and cut a hole in there. I'm not exactly sure if this plastic is going to be able to withstand the pressure here, but let's give it a shot. First hole went through perfectly. All right, our 4 holes are now drilled out of our template. Now we need to do a little bit of cutting for the hinge and drill some other holes that are needed, but so far so good. And here is the template now laid on top of the vent. You can see we have room for the springs to maneuver both sides, and we can now mount the fans in here. I need to drill out these holes a little bit, but I'm going to find some screws that are going to work first. So I'm going to use these 3/16 flathead screws, or machine screws. And the beauty of these is that they will screw right into this and fundamentally tap that hole, or tap the thread into the plastic. So I don't even need to use a nut on these. So we'll give that a shot and see how it works. I have the holes drilled in the plastic over there on the drill press, and I'm just going to run the countersink through now to get all the holes countersunk. So I now have the fans mounted through these countersink holes. I did get a couple of cracks when I was drilling these countersinks. I was applying a little too much pressure. What I think I'm going to do is drill a tiny hole at the end of each crack here and put in a drop of crazy glue or super glue just to kind of keep that crack from spreading farther. And for here, around the edge, to hold this whole plastic shroud onto this metal flange, I'm using some brass screws, flathead screws. So I'm going to drill in 3 holes on each side, countersink the plastic, and then put the screw in. And I'm just going to do these guys by hand to make sure I don't over tighten and crack that. So here is the fans assembled in the base, and I have them wired up to my power supply. So operating them at 5 volts. They'll come on, move a little bit of air, not a lot, just enough. And it is you can see that moving around, so it is moving the air, but it's very, very quiet. You can't even hear it. If I go to 12 volts, that's certainly a lot more air and a little bit noisier, but that's moving a good amount of air. So I'm happy with that arrangement, and having spent $0 on it, I'm even happier. For our overhead fan, we've got a bezel installed, and the fan is now controlled by a little switch which we've kept underneath the counter here. So at the back, forward is high speed, middle is off, back is low speed. And all of that is powered under the counter by a little computer power supply that's now mounted underneath the counter as well and plugged into one of those 4 outlets that we've got all on the circuit breaker.